สวัสดีครับยินดีต้อนรับเข้าสู่งาน FPHTUOpenHouse ออนไลน์ 2022 Live Streaming เจาะลึกทุกหลักสูตรปริญญาตรีโทเอกค้นหาตัวตนที่ใช่สาขาที่ชอบกับคณะสาธารณสุขศาสตร์มหาวิทยาลัยธรรมศาสตร์ใน EP ที่ 4 กันแล้วนะครับก่อนอื่นขออนุญาตแนะนำตัวก่อนนะครับผมนายกฤษกรเกตจันทึกนักศึกษาระดับปริญญาตรีสาขาการสร้างเสริมสุขภาพเชิงนวัตกรรมครับ
และดิฉันนะคะนางสาวอัญชิฐาสุนทรปิยพันธ์นักศึกษาระดับปริญญาตรีสาขาการสร้างเสริมสุขภาพเชิงนวัตกรรมวันนี้รับหน้าที่เป็นพิธีกรค่ะและสำหรับ EP 4 นะคะเราจะพาทุกคนมาทำความรู้จักกับหลักสูตรปริญญาโทหลักสูตรนานาชาติกันค่ะซึ่งจัดการเรียนการสอนที่ศูนย์รังสิตของเราค่ะหลักสูตรนี้นะคะก็จะมุ่งเน้นการผลิตทรัพยากรบุคคลที่มีแนวคิดใหม่ของสุขภาพอนามัยโลกค่ะโดยอาศัยประโยชน์จากประสบการณ์ความรู้ความชำนาญและทรัพยากรที่มีอยู่ค่ะมาผสมผสานกับนานาทัศนมิติและการจัดลำดับความสำคัญที่แตกต่างกันของเครือข่ายในการที่จะช่วยเปลี่ยนแปลงพื้นฐานด้านสุขภาพอนามัยโลกให้สามารถที่จะขับเคลื่อนเครือข่ายทางสาธารณสุขศาสตร์นะคะให้มีประสิทธิภาพมากขึ้นนั่นเองล่ะค่ะ
และนอกจากนี้นะครับดูมา 4 EP แล้วก็น่าจะรู้กันอยู่แล้วยังมีกิจกรรมให้ทุกท่านได้เข้าร่วมสนุกกันพร้อมลุ้นรับรางวัลท้ายกิจกรรมเพียงแค่
1นะคะก็ยังเคยค่ะกด Subscribe YouTube FPH Thammasat Channel ก่อนนะคะ
2. กดไลค์และแชร์วิดีโอในงาน FPHTUOpenHouse และโพสต์ไปยังหน้าไทม์ไลน์ Facebook ของตัวเองนะครับพร้อมทั้งเขียนบอกจุดเด่นของหลักสูตรหรือว่าชอบอะไรในหลักสูตรและก็อย่าลืมตั้งเป็นสาธารณะด้วยนะ
และข้อที่3นะคะอย่าลืมติด Hashtag FPHTUOpenHouse นะคะตัวอย่างเช่นอยากเรียน Global Health ใจจะขาดแล้วนะคะ Hashtag FPHTUOpenHouse นะคะ
และคณะกรรมการจะสุ่มผู้โชคดีและสุ่มของรางวัลจำนวน15รางวัลนั่นเองครับ
แน่นอนค่ะว่าร่วมสนุกได้ตั้งแต่บัดนี้จนถึง15เมษายน2565เลยนะคะก่อนอื่นนะคะเรามาทำความรู้จักกับหลักสูตรของเรากันก่อนดีกว่าค่ะว่าหลักสูตรของเราเป็นยังไงนะคะโดยศิษย์เก่านะคะจากประเทศเนปาลเลยค่ะที่จะมาแชร์ประสบการณ์ในการเรียน MPH Global Health Program ของเราเชิญรับชมได้เลยค่ะ
Working in a clinical field as a nurse for a few years, I started my career in the field of public health as an intern in Save the Children. And while working in the community, I actually enjoyed working with the people instead of working in a bedside.
For me, I think it was a disaster of 2015, which shook the nation, and I think it gave me a great platform for me to explore the public health area. So I was working as a private clinician. I could see the gaps. I could see the issues in the health system of Nepal, how they were lagging behind, how the health inequalities was there.
I was actually trying to research more whether I should take up a core public health course or global health course. And when I came to know the advantage of global health to public health, And as global health was one of the specialization in Thammasat University MPH course, that's why I took the course.
It was more diverse with people coming from more than 30 countries to participate and to learn together. So I thought it was a very unique opportunity for me to develop my career.
Having medical, technical knowledge and information, even though it's important, it's not enough to actually work with people in a community. And that's why when I researched more about the global health course, I came to realize that that's the one which actually provides us knowledge about other non-health sectors also.
We have moved from diseases to understanding more of social determinants, human rights and human security, and that's what we are working in Nepal right now.
And now when we look at the job vacancies, then we can see that most of them ask for monitoring and evaluation officers, program managers, and I can feel that when I read the responsibilities, I can feel that my theoretical knowledge fills in the responsibilities they ask for.
Different social determinants of health, it actually increases to think critically about any subject, whether it's proximal or it's distal causes of any disease. We tend to think critically. We try to analyze it from different point of view, and that kind of ability has actually helped me.
I met with students and teachers from all over the world. So it made it easier for me to interact and how people think and think in different ways, think out of the box.
There we also had the student exchange program where students from Maastricht University came to Thammasat and we studied a semester together, and it was a very exciting experience. I didn't just interact with South Asian people, but I also got a chance to interact with the Western people.
The thing that intrigued me the most in Thammasat University is teaching learning methods there. It was one-to-one interaction with the teachers. What we imagined our universities or teaching learning methods would be like in Nepal was what I felt in Thammasat, because it was not only our academic knowledge that would be counted, but it was also based on our class participations, interactions with students, and your own assignments.
The best part about this program was we were taken to the fields and for the field work, and we learned actually what we were going to work about in the future. So I think that gave us an opportunity to work, have an experience like what we're going to have, first-hand experience of the future. On top of that, we also had this foundation course where we were able to connect with the students studying in Maastricht University who were going to come in second trimester to study with us. But during the first trimester, it was online via Skype. That showed us how the modern ways how we can work.
สำหรับวันนี้นะครับเราได้รับเกียรติจากดร.เภสัชกรสุรศักดิ์สุนทรอาจารย์คณะสาธารณสุขศาสตร์จะมาแนะนำหลักสูตร Master of Public Health in Global Health International Program และจะเป็นผู้ที่ไขข้อข้องใจเกี่ยวกับหลักสูตรว่าเป็นอย่างไรมีจุดเด่นอะไรบ้างและแนวทางรับสมัครเป็นอย่างไรรวมถึงพูดคุยและตอบคำถาม Q&A ที่หลายๆคนเขาสงสัยกันเพื่อไม่ให้เป็นการเสียเวลาขอกราบเรียนเชิญครับ
Hello everyone, welcome to the Global Health Program, the Faculty of Public Health, Thammasat University, Leaders for an Equitable World. At the Faculty of Public Health Global Health Program, we consider inequity to be a driving determinant of social injustice. We regard the unfair distribution of the benefits and burdens of society to be a result of inequitable power relations and unequal access to political, economic, and cultural rights and opportunities. We believe that social injustice is necessary to achieve health and well-being. Essential freedoms, responsibilities, and entitlements for survival, livelihood, and dignity in order to achieve a more just and equitable society. So the advocates for the public's health is our aims in global health. Successive waves of globalization have created a world that is more interconnected than ever before. Nonetheless, global and regional integration has been accompanied by the emergence of complex social issues, such as threats to human rights, rising inequality, and environmental change that transcend traditional disciplinary and professional boundaries. The Thammasat MPH program was the first of its kind in Asia to focus on global health. The uniqueness of the program is demonstrated by its emphasis on social determinants of health inequities in an increasingly interdependent world, and consequently adopting a socio-political perspective in promoting the public's health. A key feature of the MPH Global Health Program is that it capitalizes on global partnerships, inter-regional capacity building, and a South-to-South focus in preparing graduates to become tomorrow's leaders. Thammasat's Faculty of Public Health is a multidisciplinary environment for students and faculty to collaborate and take a problem-based, holistic, and student-centered approach to issue affecting people's health and well-being in globalized societies. With professors and students from Africa, Australia, Asia, Europe, and the USA. We are a global community where learners connect to become engaged global citizens. So for MPH program features, the degree is called Master of Public Health, and this is full-time program. For the study plan, we have two tracks. The first one is master project within 1 year program. And the second one is the thesis program. It's gonna take 2 years for the whole program. So we use both student-centered teaching and learning, as well as the transdisciplinary approach. This is gonna be started around mid-August, and the tuition fee is, you can see from our website. And of course, the major language using for the teaching and learning is English. So the entry qualifications is that the applicant should have a bachelor's degrees in a relevant discipline, high proficiency in English, professional experience is preferred. And for more information, you can access to our website from www.fphtU.ac.th. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about the curriculum outlined. We have 5 core courses as a public health core. This is going to include social determinants of health, physical environments and health, applied epidemiology, applied biostatistics, policy development and analysis, as well as we also have a global health core. And also we have minor concentration electives, such as eco-health, crisis and health, non-communicable diseases, leadership and management, and general electives, according to our applicants' interests. What about after graduations careers? For global health careers, some organizations, they already really want the people who graduate from the global health programs. So which organizations work in the global health space? Global health professionals find jobs at global, national, and local levels. A more useful classification is to look at organizational functions such as funding agencies, advocacy organizations, global or national governance, product development, public health services, community work, and consultancy services. In addition to the function, organizations work on prevention and control of diseases, while others focus on issues such as sexual and reproductive health, humanitarian assistance, migration, or marginalized groups, for example, like this. So what are the job options with the MPH Global Health degree? Broadly speaking, there are three job types. The first one is an expert in a specialty area such as tobacco control. Secondly, mastering a specific skill set applicable across specialty areas such as evaluation. And thirdly, a combination of, first and the second is a combination of a specific skill set applying to a specialty area such as health economics of HIV/AIDS. So the MPH degree in combination with your prior background equips you very well for a professional career. So for those aspiring academic careers, doctoral studies are required. So whatever you prefer, you need to get on board with us. This often requires getting involved in the global health space. This can be challenging for a graduate. So while waiting for job opportunities to emerge, getting involved through internships can strengthen your future job applications. So, and that's all for the brief introduction for our MPH program.
เป็นยังไงกันบ้างคะกับหลักสูตรนานาชาติของเราน่าสนใจมากเลยทีเดียวนะคะสำหรับการแนะนำหลักสูตรของเราก็ยังไม่จบแต่เพียงเท่านี้นะคะเราก็ยังมีหลักสูตรที่ปังๆอัดแน่นเหมือนเดิมค่ะ
และสำหรับ EP 5 นี้เราจะพาทุกคนมาทำความรู้จักกับหลักสูตรปริญญาเอกหลักสูตรนานาชาติจัดการเรียนการสอนที่ศูนย์รังสิตนั่นเองครับก่อนอื่นเลยเรามาทำความรู้จักกับหลักสูตรของเรากันดีกว่าครับว่า Global Health คืออะไรเชิญรับชมได้เลยครับ
What is global health? There is no single definition. That's because global health isn't a program or academic subject. It's a new way of understanding and responding to the health problems of the world. International health is nothing new. Nurses, doctors, and other health workers have been traveling to other countries for many years to treat patients and share their knowledge and skills. But global health goes beyond the traditional activities of international health. Instead of emphasizing prevention and control of a particular disease in a specific country, we step back and look at global health problems affecting us on a global scale that are changing at dizzying speeds. Mass migration from North Africa and the Middle East is overwhelming health systems in Europe. The Ebola virus has been around for decades, but it's behaving differently, spreading across borders and breaking out in major cities for the first time. Climate change is now a major threat to human and animal health. What was taught in schools of public health is no longer sufficient. Global health professionals must be ready for the unexpected. They can't rely on yesterday's solutions. Of course, a few experienced international health practitioners have understood this for years. But thinking of population health in a global context is something new. Global health professionals work at a global scale to find the root causes of ill health. This is a new way of thinking about the cause of illness. An example is cholera, a terrible disease that has killed millions of people over the centuries. We used to think of cholera simply as an infectious disease caused by a bacterium. But is that the root cause of cholera? If we dig deeper, we notice that cholera is transmitted by drinking contaminated water, and people regularly exposed to contaminated water are poor. So the root cause of cholera is poverty. Rich people do not get cholera. Cholera is as much a social and economic disease as a medical one, and prevention must also be focused at this level. When we think of global health, we also focus on the most vulnerable, specifically the poor. Often poverty is associated with discrimination on the basis of ethnic origin, language, or religion. These people are often excluded from jobs, education, as well as health services. aspects of our society that contribute to people's well-being. Although there will always be differences in income, levels of education, and living conditions, we're particularly concerned when those differences are unfair. Unfair inequality is called inequity. Finding and correcting inequity is a major concern of global health. This is a simple question of justice. So how do global health professionals fix the root causes of inequity and ill health? Certainly, poverty and unfairness can't be solved by doctors and nurses alone. Today's global health practitioner may have to learn to work with nutritionists, agriculture specialists, sociologists, economists, anthropologists, political scientists, and experts in international law. We need to collaborate and think differently to fix the world's health problems.
So let's move on to the PhD program features. A 4-year degree program is our PhD program. And to study plans to choose from, we have 2 plans, right? The first one is Plan A, Implementation Science, and Plan B, Applied Science. So 1 year coursework and 3 years thesis research. This is kind of a normal or general or features of a PhD. Research in you can do either researching in your home country or can go abroad or even just within Thailand. A publication-based doctoral thesis is also required for learning with PhD with our program. An optional laboratory internship is possible as well because we have a good collaboration with Hokkaido University in Japan. And students can enroll in the program at the onset of any term. This is kind of a flexibility for this program because you can join us in term 1 around September the 1st, or term 2 around January the 2nd, or term 3 on May the 1st. And okay, for more information, you can just visit our website at www.fph.tu.ac.th/en for English version. And of course, for the curriculum outlined, I have already mentioned that this is a year 1, term 1 core courses, and year 1, term 2 is going to be your method courses. Year 1, term 3 is concentration in courses, and year 2 thesis research until our year 4. So that's going to be something that you are going to deal with both your supervisors and also your thesis. So after graduation, which organizations work in global health that you can join? That's going to be your kind of a global health academia or a professional things that you can join. Or you can find jobs at global, national, and local levels. A more useful classification is to look at organizational functions such as research institutions, higher education institutions, funding agencies, advocacy organizations, global or national governance, product development, public health services, community work, and consultancy services. And some of our graduates, they also work in international organizations like WHO or UNAIDS, something like that. And in addition to the function, organizations work on the prevention and control of diseases, while others focus on issues such as environmental health, health promotion, and humanitarian assistance, as well as the kind of infectious disease so far. So what are job options with our PhD global health degree? Broadly speaking, it's kind of quite the same as the MPH, but this is kind of more specific in terms of the depth of the knowledge and experiences. You can do either being a professor at the universities, in academia or arena, or just working in the international organizations as a consultant or advisors for those organizations. some of our graduates can be politicians and just try to alleviate the health situations in not just only their countries, but also for the global level as well. And that's a brief summary of the global health program for the PhD, Doctor of Philosophy in Global Health. Okay, thank you. So the question is about using English, right? If one is not quite fluent in English, is it possible that you can join this program or not? I can answer immediately yes, because I think, but the English you have may not be that at the level of, you can't use it for communication or writing, something like that. But it's going to be at the level that you can communicate with others, like talking to your friends, or just using it for the discussion in the class, or just answering your lecturers' questions. Another part is that the writing skill is very important, because you have to write some paperwork and also some homeworks and some reports to respond to the class assignments. So English is quite important, but it is also as important as the knowledge and also the experiences you have. So to summarize, my answer is that English is very important, but if you feel not confident in English, for example, if some of you are Thai or some are international students, that your native language is not English, you just look at yourself and just ask yourself that, is it all right that you can communicate with others? It's all right that you can write down something and others can understand what you wrote? And if the answer is yes, I just encourage you to apply for this program, because if you don't use English today, it's going to be like the English is not going to be improved, or just being still in the basic kind of a basic level. So I can say that just encourage you to apply for it, and then try it. I believe that you can do it. Yes. Okay, the question is about the difference between the bachelor degree and also the postgraduate degree levels, especially in international program. So I can say that yes, that's quite different. You know, because in the bachelor or the undergraduate level, mostly there are like lots of lectures, right? You attend many lectures, and also sometimes field or practice or lab, right? Laboratory. But for higher postgraduate level, it emphasizes on also they have lectures as well, but inside the lecture, this is not just the whole lecture, but there are some like group discussions or some group assignments that you need to be more participated or have more interactions with your friends and also your lecturers. So this is the first difference. And the second one is that for the undergraduate level, you don't need to you don't need it doesn't need your experience in terms of learning. You just receive most of the knowledge from your lecturers. But for master degree or higher level, so the knowledge is from your experiences and the discussion on the exchanging of knowledge between yourself and your friends, and also your lecturers. And thirdly, the most different thing is about the research paper, or we call the thesis, or the independent studies that you have to produce after you finish your coursework. While at the undergraduate level, some programs you need to do this, but the concentration is not that quite as concentrated as the postgraduate level, like MPH or the PhD. So these are three issues that I'm thinking is different from between the bachelor and the postgraduate level. Actually, for master degree, the basic requirement is you have a bachelor degree in any fields with some certain like experiences, or maybe the CGPA, right? That you have to meet the minimal requirement, like 2.75 or probably 3.00. So I think for global health nowadays, it is not just confined within the public health or just health sectors. You can see that engineering or architecture or some journalists, they also join the global health program so far. So it means that health sector and health science does not just confine within its area. It can just link to other field of knowledge. And my answer is no, it is not just only the public health people, students, but it can just, we are welcome all our graduates with the bachelor's degrees in all our areas that they think public health or global health is part of their concerns or interest. Yes. Okay, good questions, because money matter is very important in terms of learning, right? The question is about the scholarship or funding bodies that will support students when they study in our program, the global health program. So my answer is yes, we have some certain scholarships or funding. The first one is like TIGA. It is the scholarship from the Thai government, but this scholarship is just for foreigners who can apply for these scholarships. And the second one is the tuition fee reduction that the universities or the program can provide for our applicants after they are successful in terms of applications, and then they pass to the students. And that's going to be subsidized for probably 50% or the full. It depends on during the interview. And thirdly, because global health, we have lots of connections with our external or institutions or organizations like ICRC or Sihun Ohun, something like that. And then these kind of organizations, they will occasionally provide some scholarships for students. And then this is going to be good opportunities for some students as well. So we have some scholarships provided for the applicants, depending on their nationalities and also their qualifications as well. Yeah, I think nowadays, when we look at health, it is not just only like community health or just in the hospital, right? Health is beyond that. It's going to be at the global level. And when we look at the global health, like, for example, like the COVID-19, it is local health in Wuhan, right? But nowadays it's kind of global health. So it is another field that I think it is very interesting to learn and to know. But beyond that, after you graduate from our program, the concept and the knowledge that you can bring out to the world, and probably can work for international organizations, and that's going to be improving or increasing your experiences and also your knowledge. I think for some people who really want to open up your eyes and just want to see the wider world around yourself, I think learning global health is going to be the answer for this. And then you can see the world in the different perspectives with your eyes and your experience in global health. So let's join us and you will see the world in different perspectives.
เป็นยังไงกันบ้างคะสำหรับการแนะนำหลักสูตรของเราใน EP ที่ 5 นะคะ แต่แน่นอนว่ายังไม่หมดเพียงเท่านี้ค่ะ พวกเรายังขนหลักสูตรปังๆกันมาอีกเพียบเลยแหละค่ะ เพราะฉะนั้นนะคะอย่าลืมติดตาม EP ถัดไปนะคะว่าเราจะมีหลักสูตรอะไรที่จะมาไขข้อสงสัยและความน่าเรียนของคณะนี้กันค่ะ
โปรดติดตามรับชมกิจกรรม FPHTUOpenHouse ออนไลน์ 2022 Live Streaming เจาะลึกทุกหลักสูตรปริญญาตรี โท เอก ค้นหาตัวตนที่ใช่ สาขาที่ชอบ กับคณะสาธารณสุขศาสตร์ มหาวิทยาลัยธรรมศาสตร์ได้ใน EP ถัดไป ถ้าชอบอย่าลืมกดไลค์ กดแชร์ และกด Subscribe ช่อง FPH ธรรมศาสตร์ Channel และอย่าลืมกดกระดิ่งกุ้งกิ้งเพื่อจะได้ไม่พลาดคลิปใหม่ๆนะครับแล้วพบกันใหม่สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ